theoretically both happened on Monday.
Right. So, and also too, and just Scott, I feel bad.
I saw it.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Okay. So let's start over. Let's start
That's
over.
fine.
All right, let's start over. I can't.
That's fine.
I can't believe I did this again. Oh my goodness gracious.
We've
Okay.
all done it. Go ahead.
All right. So let's do this again here. We're gonna try this one more time. All right. Well, Facebook's not going to happen. So, all right. God. Okay. All right. So let's try this again. All right. Hold on. Let me just go back here. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. This week from GNC Week in Review, powered by GeekNewsCentral.com. Walmart is getting Paramount. Elon's getting what he wants, and there'll be a Ring doorbell TV show. Those are some of the tech news from this week. And it's Sunday, August 21st, 2022. My name is Kirk Corliss.
I'm Scott Ertz.
And this is episode 107 of GNC Week in Review podcast, proud partner of the Tech Podcast Network. It was Tech, it's here. Thank you so much for tuning in for this week's episode. We are live on gncweekly.com/live. So please be sure to say hello in chat or comment. Also be sure to like and subscribe to the GNC WIR channel on YouTube. If you miss a live video, you can always catch the replay later. If you are a new listener, please be sure to subscribe to podcasts where you can find a right-hand side column at gncweekly.com, be it Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app. You have a comment, be on all social media, and those links can be all found at gncweekly.com/connect. Well, it is great to be back another week. I apologize. We're on Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But I had a couple things I had to do, so move that to Sunday. So it is great to be back. So for those who missed the last episode, there's a series of events that that all make sense to everybody. So if you missed the episode, well, it is published. Don't worry, it's on. You can catch a replay on our YouTube channel. So we were having so we did a partnership with F5 Live Refreshing Technology. We had Aaron Pilch on with us, and so we were going over a few things, and he built his own computer with parts around his house.
Nope, from the office.
From the office,
from Tom's Hardware, Tom's Guide, all the brands.
All the brands, correct, from his office. So we had a great segment. He has a segment on F5 Live, Refreshing Technology, called The Pilch Point, where he gives tech reviews, what he's working on, and his tip was going to be on how to wipe your computer. Little do we know, 5 minutes, I screwed up the intro, which is not going to happen again. But I'm going to definitely, I'm going to reach out to him. We're going to reach out to him because I wanted to come back on the next couple of weeks for the Pilch Point episode along with F5 Live. So he was on with us about maybe 5 minutes. Within moments, he was gone. Right. So I was like, okay, so let's keep work. So we kept going with, going the episode. So got done with the episode. I went to upload it. Edit, download the audio, cut some music in the intro. Went to the site, got everything done. Show notes I already did the show notes already. I was already done. Went to upload the audio. Everything was fine. An hour later, Scott DMs me what happened. Pepsone's not there. So like, what? Wait, what?
Is everything okay?
Is everything okay? Now, exact words. Is everything okay? I said, wait. I'm like, you're right. What the hell happened? So apparently, the cache wasn't cleared. So I sent an email to Blueberry support. And by the way, Blueberry, if you want to get into a podcast, do a podcast, Blueberry is for you. They have unlimited, they have great hosting, statistics, you name it. Definitely want to check it out. So we have if you go to blueberry.com, use our code GNCWIR, you get 30 days, 30-day free trial. Highly recommend it.
100%.
And works both ways. We get some money out of it, and you get some great stuff out of it too. Okay, so got an email from tech support. They found it, uploaded, so it's on the feed, your podcast feeds now, or it has been already for it's been a week, so it's not there already. It is there. So basically, it was every episode that we do is fun. I love it. I look forward to our podcast, our episodes each and every week. It is a lot of fun. It was the most craziest episode I think we've had in quite some time.
Agreed.
But it was a lot of fun, and so it all worked out for the best. So if you missed the audio, it's on our YouTube channel. Everything's there. So yeah, definitely check it out. But as far as your podcast feed is concerned, it's there. I checked, made sure it is there. It's on our website, gncweekly.com. What's that?
Me too.
Right. I am too.
As soon as you said it should be published, I went and grabbed my phone and checked.
Yeah.
Make sure it showed up in the apps.
Yep. It's all on all the apps. So definitely.
I don't trust nothing anymore.
No, I agree. No, same here. So, but yeah, everything's good, and everything is all good now. So hopefully, knock on wood, it won't happen again. But if it does, we'll definitely make sure it's up for your listening pleasure. All right. So,
chances are, by the way, that topic that didn't happen last week will be happening in an hour and a half.
More likely.
Just a guess. But I do suspect that he's still going to want to cover that topic tonight.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Okay.
We'll definitely find out. So tune in 9 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to run this episode as quickly as possible so Scott can get prepared for his episode with F5 Live. All right.
So I can go refill this and get started again.
There you go. All right. So this week's episode is speculation trifecta, where there was a lot of unknown what was going to happen in a few weeks or even a few months. So with that in mind, on the last episode, we ran along the last episode. We briefly touched on Walmart in their talks with various streaming services, and was unknown who they're going to partner with. Well, after our podcast recorded and then published Monday morning, so this is a sequence of events that happened. So you'll understand why. Several hours later, news broke, and staff writer Jen Thorpe reported that Walmart announced that it's adding a new streaming benefit for Walmart Plus customers or subscribers. Excuse me. The Paramount Plus Essential subscription is an added bonus at no extra cost. Walmart Plus members will be able to stream premium entertainment as a benefit for the first time as part of their membership starting in September. The Paramount Plus Essential plan will give Walmart Plus members access to Paramount Plus's breadth of hugely popular content from acclaimed original dramas such as 1883 and Star Trek Strange New Worlds, to the most popular franchise Paw Patrol, to recent blockbuster films such as Sonic the Hedgehog, to live sports. According to Walmart, the Walmart subscription will remain at $98 a year or $12 a month, would include the Paramount Plus Essential Plan subscription with an added $59 value. According to the Wall Street Journal, the company's agreed to a 12-month exclusivity agreement and a 2-year deal that will give Walmart Plus members access to Paramount's ad-supporting streaming service. According to people familiar with the deal, and Walmart said again that it'll be available. The perk will be available starting in September. The Hollywood Reporter gives some more information where, if you don't know about Walmart Plus, it's a membership program that gives subscribers unlimited free deliveries of groceries and other household items, mobile scanning options in stores, and gas discounts. The partnership with Paramount Plus will provide Walmart Plus members access to the entire Paramount Plus streaming service under the ad-supported tier, which does not include live coverage from users' local CBS stations. According to the Hollywood Reporter, existing Paramount Plus subscribers will not be given access to Walmart Plus in return.
Well, no, because it's less.
Right.
It's the wrong direction. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Continue.
Right. Well, my whole thing is I despise
the fact
Walmart.
that they felt the need to put that out there annoys me, but I
Agreed.
understand a lot of
Agreed.
people are dumb.
And my whole thing is that
you can't sign up for the $59 one and get the $99 one. You have to sign up for the $99 one to get the $59 one.
Right. And my whole thing is that, you know, I don't know if this is going to be good for Walmart or not. Now with Amazon Prime, I admit I have Amazon Prime, I have Paramount Plus, and I have other channels as well. I love Amazon Prime for their broad shopping experience, their broad selection. I hate Walmart. Let's put it this way. I hate even going into their store. My wife goes to Walmart. I can't do it. I despise Walmart. I'm not knocking as employees. God bless you working there.
Yeah, because that's a job.
It is. I give them
when Toothless Joe starts walking around in the. Okay, so to be fair, let me give some context to that real quick. So if you've ever been to the People of Walmart website, about a quarter of the photos on there come from one of my local Walmarts. And that's a real statistic. Including the guy that had that used to he oftentimes looked like some sort of a redneck clown. That dude was from one of my local stores, known as Redneck Joe. Anyway, so when you got Redneck Joe walking around the store and you're afraid of the things he's touching, you've got to go clean. A heartfelt connection. I feel terrible for you.
I do. And I can't. And not to mention, I'm going to show you guys something. If you guys are watching live right now, and for those who are listening, I'm going to show you this real quick, this website, or the website, excuse me, for Walmart. This is like the ridiculous. Oh, I can't stand this. And I was telling Scott earlier, because I updated on the Android 13, and I was telling him that I hated it with all the passion, and it crashes, and I got to restart. Oh, okay. Anyway, all right. So screw it, because I'm annoyed now. All right. So yeah. So when you go to the website, it's not necessarily user friendly. It's so cluttered. It's like when you go to the site, there's this big honking thing where you have to put in your address in. You have to go through all these hoops, what have you, and it's a pain in the butt. And you know their website on desktop or laptop, what have you, it sucks. I'm sorry. I cannot fathom their thinking, you know, and they're trying. And my whole thing is that, and I think we touched on this before, where they are so desperate because they were there's a lot of unknowns on who they're going to partner with. I don't think Walmart, on Paramount Plus is like the right choice. I think, and look what they have. They got Voodoo. They got Voodoo for what, a couple of years ago. Look how long that lasted.
Yeah.
So it's like, so my whole thinking is that it's not viable to have. I don't think it's going to last very long. I think getting Walmart Plus, or excuse me, Paramount Plus, is not going to do well in their numbers. I honestly don't.
Now, I'd rather spend. There's a difference. Because Walmart purchased Voodoo, which was a dying concept already. They had their issues with it. The idea of you can bring in your DVD and you'll get a digital copy of it instead. Right. That whole concept was stupid.
Right.
So that was never. That was a stupid purchase. They should have turned it into a streaming service, which they did not. They screwed up on that. Right. That should have. They had all of the makings to turn Voodoo into something, and they screwed that one up. That's
right.
But in this case, they're partnering with a domain expert. They're not trying to purchase a domain expert and then pretend that they have purchased the expertise.
No, exactly.
They are partnering with somebody who knows what they're doing and allowing them to do it well. Because Paramount Plus is fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
I use it a lot. And
same here. Same here.
When you look at it, if you look at it, Amazon just upped the price of Prime. It's now $139 a year.
Right.
This is 98, and you don't have to be in New York City or LA to get same day grocery deliveries,
right?
Like you do at. I can have this conversation on this show. I can here. Let me turn this hat around. The value proposition is sliding on Prime. Just perfectly honest. I've been working on an article, a how-to on how to save money on your Prime subscription and get extra things for free. Yes, the value proposition is sliding, and in this case, it's not. Walmart's going the other way. We're keeping the price the same, and we're going to give you Paramount Plus. See that if you have not decided, if you haven't jumped into Prime yet, there's a $40 a year price difference.
Right.
You get the same day grocery deliveries almost anywhere you are in the country, which you don't get with Prime for most people unless you're in one of the 13 big markets, I think.
Right.
And it's $40 less.
Right.
There is a conversation to be had here. Will it drive enough new subscribers to Walmart Plus to justify the move? That we'll see with time. But if you've not made the jump into one or the other, I mean, it's a little mismatched.
Right. That's where I'm kind of like, unsure about, because again, I just can't, I'm not, if you love Walmart, God bless you. I just think that I'm not necessarily concerned about it's not the same day delivery. I think that Amazon brings a lot of value for its money. It is a little pricey, I'll admit it. However, it's like they have like a lot of great benefits, whereas with Walmart,
Prime Gaming, for example,
exactly, and Prime
the free games that you get for the PC, it's really hard to argue against that one.
Absolutely, and also
if you play them, you're gonna get that $40 back in the difference between Walmart and Amazon.
Exactly,
you're gonna get that $40. So it all depends on who you are and what your needs are.
Right.
If it's all about grocery deliveries, like for me, I've got Instacart Gold. I don't know. I'd probably call it Instacart Plus now because the entire industry has given up on naming.
Right.
I swear to God, if there's one more thing called Plus, I'm not subscribing to any of them. I'm going to unsubscribe from everything with a plus in it.
My whole thing is, for me personally, I love not only video but also music. Sure. And it's like if you have,
it's really interesting because I talk about it every week and I legitimately never use it.
It's a great selection. I honestly love it, and it has different, and also they have different formats as well. They have HD music, some that are in mono. If you like the classics, they have that.
Okay.
They have a lot. They have a lot of streaming.
Plus, the full subscription. I don't know if the Prime subscription does, but I know the full subscription, which I also have. I never launched the app. The full subscription has a FLAC option.
Yes.
Like Tidal.
Yep. So that's for me, but I mean, each his own. But honestly, I think
it is called Instacart Plus, by the way.
Is it really? What like companies like throw things against the wall, see it sticks, and Plus, that's a great idea. Let's go with that.
And then everybody from Instacart to Ben Shapiro grabs the plus sign and starts adding it to their brands. Like, my God, seriously.
Ted Cruz, and I listen to Ted Cruz's podcast, and he has a podcast on YouTube, and an audio, but also he has a separate The Verdict. Yeah, that's it.
With Michael Knowles.
Michael Knowles, yep. And he also, and they have a special episode or special feed, Verdict Plus.
Oh God.
So it's like all these companies.
Well, you've got the Daily Wire, which is Ben Shapiro's company, just announced Daily Wire Plus. I was like, y'all, seriously, we got to stop with this. Because if Walmart and Paramount and Discovery and Instacart are all using the same brand for their subscription service.
Well, look at
gone too far.
Well, look at CNN Plus and look how long they lasted.
I think they made it to Tuesday, which was longer than I expected.
Right. So, but yeah, it was just like I honestly think that, to be honest, I mean, again, teach his own. If you feel it's a good value or not, let us know. GNSweekly.com/connect, because I'm kind of curious what you all think about it.
So I'm gonna put this out there. I know if you're not on either service, let me put it out there. There's a 30-day free trial that we offer on Prime at f5live.tv/Prime. My script's not in front of me, so I don't.
That's it. I think so. I think it is. Yeah.
I think it is too. There's a 30-day free Prime trial, and Walmart Plus offers a 30-day free trial. You can literally compare them head to head.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Use the free trials, compare them head to head, see what you think. I will tell you that if you're interacting with Walmart/Walmart Plus, always use the mobile app, because they don't care about the website even a little bit. They absolutely care about the mobile app. So if you're going to use it, definitely use the mobile app.
Yeah, I'm not really fond of the app either, but that is me.
I'm not fond of the app particularly either, but it's way better than the website.
That is true. To be fair, that is true. To be fair, that is true. They're
gonna have to work. I'm putting my hand over the phone that still has the app open. The people on audio doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The app is way better than the website. It's not great. They're gonna need to work on it, especially if they start to see growth from this. They're gonna have to work on it, but it's way better than the website. So
yeah, I
go that way.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, definitely look at between the two. Give us your feedback, good or bad. I mean, with this
here.
Exactly. I mean, with us, I mean, we don't lean solely on one thing. We want to make sure, because that's how our podcast is. And for those who are new,
because I have Spotify Premium and Amazon Music. Not Amazon Prime Music, Amazon Music. I have the full subscription on both. I'm fine with it. I'm wide. I'm willing to try lots of things. I've got every streaming service probably that exists except Disney Plus.
Yep, same here. Same here. Yeah, definitely.
I don't lean into just one.
Yeah, I'm like that. I'm that as well. I'm very open. I have I have iHeartRadio, I have Slacker, I have Pandora, I have Spotify. I listen to them all because I want to see what is out there.
I don't want experiencing.
Exactly right.
It's the reason why, within my view, I've got an iPhone that's running iOS 16. I have an iPhone that's running iOS 15. I've got an iPad. I've got the Surface phone, the Duo, and I have a Galaxy S. All where I'm looking.
Yep.
Because I want to know what people are experiencing.
Absolutely.
Apparently, I need to get a Pixel so that I can experience the 13.
Oh my goodness gracious! I'm not a big fan. So Google, you got to help me out here. I love you guys, but you guys are killing me. But yeah, so basically, I mean, with us, we don't lean towards one thing, and and when we jump into dissect the news of the week, we want to explore what's going on, speculate. Speaking of speculation,
oh my god,
last week's episode, and this happened again. I don't know which one came first, or one or the other, but this was like, wow. So also last week's episode, we dissected and almost speculated, because if we went and dived in and psychoanalyze this, the episode had been 2 hours. So we wanted to speculate what was going on with Elon Musk and the ongoing fight with Twitter. Well,
yeah.
Thanks to news gods, Twitter and Elon delivered again. So according to a quarter on Monday, Twitter needs to give Elon Musk documents from a former Twitter executive who Musk said was a key figure in calculating the amount of fake accounts on the platform. So those who don't know about the spam bots.
If you don't know, you don't use Twitter.
Right. So definitely, if you just
in fairness, nothing that comes from my Twitter comes from a human either. It's all automated. It's all stuff that I've written.
Right.
But it doesn't come from me.
Mm-hmm. So, according to the order from Chancellor Kathleen McCormick of the Delaware Court of Chancery, Twitter was ordered to collect, review, and produce documents from former general manager of consumer product Kayvon Bakapor. And if I'm mispronouncing this person's name, I apologize. Twitter and lawyers from Musk did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Bakapor, who left Twitter after a social media company agreed in April to be acquired by Musk, was described in Musk's court filing as one of the executives, quote, most intimately involved with determining the amount of spam accounts. Bakapor did not immediately respond to a comment for comment sent through LinkedIn. McCormick said in an order on Monday that she was denying Musk's request for access to 21 other people with control over relevant information. Musk's legal team had written to McCormick last week asking her to order Twitter to hand over employee names so they could be questioned. So this is the start of something really important, because basically Elon, he's been wanting proof and been like going at them for months and months and months on. This is a big step, I believe. This is a big step where
a step in my direction that he wasn't giving up, that this was some sort of a hard line negotiation tactic, and it looks 100% like that's what's going on here.
Yeah,
because if he was just trying to get out of it, this is beyond. Like, this is above and beyond. We want the records from this guy and 21 other people. Nope. He just said, I need this guy's information, and then moved on with his day. When he said, see, no, look, see, it's he lied.
Yeah.
And I'm not interested. $1 billion fee negated. Right. I'm not interested because the company lied.
And that's where
not what's happening here. He's saying, I want this and 21 other people worth of information on how they calculated the spam bots, because I think they did it on purpose to overvalue. That's a negotiation tactic. I mean, this is the business equivalent of a shotgun wedding, right? This is there was something that happened that totally changed the dynamic.
Right.
And that in this case was Musk believes them lying to him about statistics.
And that's also too what we discussed as well, about that $1 billion breakup fee and how that's going to change the narrative, but also puts Twitter like, oh crap. Yeah, and I think they are like crapping their pants right now.
Because now there's a court ordering discovery, which is not unrelated to Paramount Plus from the last story.
Exactly. Right.
It's a different discovery.
Different discovery.
There's a court ordering that discovery be possible on this case. I mean, that's if Twitter did lie about statistics, and I have every reason to believe that they did, to overvalue the company because they didn't want to sell in the first place. Right. They fought they came out swinging.
Yep.
When he said, fine, then I'll just buy more of the stock and replace you.
Yep.
And they went, no, poison pill. If you do that, then we'll just dilute everything. Okay.
Yep.
So they didn't want it. They came to a number that was high enough for them to think that it was essentially overvalued. Or they wouldn't have made the agreement, and now they're being called on the carpet for it.
Absolutely. And I think that this is a game changer. And I'm
literally gotten away with murder for a decade. Right. Since 2007. We talked about it last week. Former member of the F5 Live team. Basically, his whole job was to watch the nonsense happening at Twitter. And so we literally, it was almost, I swear, there was a point where I think he was considering getting a job at the company just to be able to smell it a little tighter. He was really obsessed with this topic because he hated that investors would just write a blank check and say, here, what's your business plan? Oh, I don't even know what that means. Great. Here's money. They've gotten away with murder since day one.
Right.
And Musk said, no more. You don't have the platinum pass. You can't kill somebody and cover it up. Blue check mark doesn't mean nothing to me.
Right. I agree, and also too, I think also this is going to be like the shot that across the bow, and I think that they're going to be really. I'm curious to know, because this is ongoing. This is not like, this literally, again, this happened literally. There's been a few stories of what's been going on. This kind of like broke out literally again the moment
right after the show.
And I was like, and I'm putting everything together, and it was like,
can we go live again?
that was like literally like breaking news with Paramount Plus, with Walmart. I was like, and I told Scott, and I said something before we came on the air. I said, this is like, I mean, again, every podcast episode that we do is great. I have a blast. We have a ton of fun. It's great to it'd be informative, entertaining as well. But this one was like, I got the top 5 episodes. This one was like right up there in the top 5.
Because we were a little too Nostradamus-y on this.
True.
On these two. And then.
Yep. And then the third speculation of the tech news for this week. So we had a deep dive about Amazon's billion-dollar purchasing of iRobot, and the concern about the cameras and microphones and Roomba, how the Roomba can map out your home, among other things. And
I've been swearing at mine when it's running, just to see. Because if I'm constantly swearing at it, they can't use it publicly.
Right. And we also question about Amazon's other properties, like, for example, the Ring doorbell. So this might be good news for people to have them.
Unbelievably inappropriate way that they have used Ring doorbell data in the past.
Right.
And then,
so this might be some good news for people to have them for you or others, or maybe not. So if you want your doorbell clips on TV. So Ring and MGM Studios, now Amazon owns MGM, they're slated to launch a TV show this fall featuring footage from the controversial smart home cameras. It's called Ring Nation. What a name. It will consist of half-hour episodes made up of.
It's a great name. I'm just going to put it out there. It is a fantastic name for something that is starting out weird and has the potential to go terrible.
You know how many TV shows and also networks have? We were talking about this earlier. I don't think we got recorded or not. Which is, from now on, you're going to hit live because, seriously. So for those who I know, I apologize. That was my fault. I didn't hit record live when we're on air. We lost Facebook, and usually, everybody watches YouTube, which is great. Facebook is there. We get some views. It's okay, but
everybody watches on YouTube, and Facebook's there too.
Right, exactly. But people won't watch on YouTube, which I'm happy about. Other than Facebook, I mean, Facebook gets some views. It's great. But anyway, so yeah, we were saying how many pluses are in CNN Plus, Walmart Plus, Paramount Plus, Verdict Plus with Ted Cruz. I mean, there's I
hate it.
I agree. But with Ring Nation, there's Fox Nation. There's American Nation. I think there's so many different TV shows that have the word nation in them. I challenge our listeners / viewers, and I'll see if I can come up with a prize. If you can find the word nation in an episode, it could be an episode, it could be a network. If you can find out how many TV shows or networks with the word nation, I will get you a really cool prize that I will dole out.
I've got a better name for the show. America Ringing. I've got a better name for the show.
Okay.
You're welcome, Amazon.
So
I'll take a 5% commission, even though I don't want to be associated with this program.
Likewise. All right. So Ring Nation will consist of half-hour episodes made up of Ring bell doorbell footage and a commentary by comedian Wanda Sykes.
Which is not a great start for me.
Yeah.
She used to be really funny, but she hasn't been in years.
Yeah, she's been on some really bad shows. I think she had one on Fox that lasted not even a year. I think
her joining a cast is usually a kiss of death. So maybe that works out for everybody,
right?
Except her.
The first episode will premiere September 26th. Though Amazon has not yet announced where viewers will be able to watch Ring Nation.
Though I think we can make a reasonable guess that it's going to be on Prime Video. They haven't said it.
Yeah, they haven't said it yet, but
it's a pretty solid assumption.
I believe it's going to be on Prime Video. You're definitely leaning towards that. Amazon says many of the videos that will appear on Ring Nation have already been shared online, others have been sent to the Ring Nation team directly. According to Amazon spokesperson Nick Schweer. Oh, I'm sorry. I giggle. I laugh with the
Say it.
Schweers. And I'm thinking swing from
Yeah. It sounds like if Wayne and Garth got into the ginger ale business, Schweers.
Oh my goodness gracious! It's like the other guy. I can't remember the other's name, but then they laugh out loud. Oh my goodness! The team, according to him, Dick Schweers, mapping up this.
Who is a spokesperson?
Who's right?
So who knows what level? He might be a new hire. He may not even work for the company.
Probably. Yeah,
we don't know anything about this dude.
No,
he may work for MGM. Who knows?
Yeah. So God bless him, man. The team obtains permission from the owner of the camera and from anyone depicted in the video prior to adding footage to the show's lineup. Jamie Smirnoff says, quote, he told Deadline, or she told Deadline, quote, bringing the new community together is core to our mission at Ring, and Ring Nation gives friends and family a fun new way to enjoy time with one another. My whole thing is
a weird statement that is.
It's like,
honestly, that feels dystopian to me. That sentence, the previous statement from our ginger ale friend here, made me feel a little better. It was a statement that I hadn't read, that they get permission not just from the owner of the camera, but also from anybody depicted before airing it. That made me feel a little better. And then there was this super dystopian, our mission with the security company is to give friends and family a fun new way to enjoy time with one another. What? You guys make motion sensors. What are we talking about here?
Right. But also too, do you think too, where this kind of like strikes me odd is there is so many different TV shows out there. America's Funniest Home Videos, for example, has clips.
Sure.
So what, like, I don't see this as a groundbreaking TV series.
Oh, there's nothing groundbreaking about it at all.
Literally
one of the big pitches when this was coming out earlier in the week was that it was going to feature viral videos.
Right.
Okay, so your Amazon the Chive.
Right.
Are you also going to be running in bars?
But also, again, that's one part of it that doesn't make any sense, because it's nothing new. Because there's been, if you go on, even on YouTube, for example, there's even before all that, right? So it's like, you have all that. It's like, it's not really like, again, groundbreaking, but also too, I honestly believe that they're trying to save face. They know that they've been in trouble and questioned.
It's possible.
So I think they're like looking at it as, okay, well,
they're trying to add some comedy to the brand.
Exactly.
Instead of just, we hand over footage to police officers from your doorbell, even if you weren't involved.
Exactly.
Which, that's my big problem. And once... No.
So those watching, wait, before you go on, so if you're listening on audio, Scott had turned the hat backwards
because I'm wearing a hat for Plug Hits Live, and Amazon has been a sponsor on F5 Live for many years at this point.
Yeah.
But our agreement is always that we're always reality comes before sponsorship. So
yeah.
it's a joke when I flip my hat around because I actually don't care. They can walk away tomorrow, and I'd call Walmart, say, hey, you want to replace them? It's fine.
Yeah, it's editorial commentary.
So yeah, I'm not representing Amazon in this case.
Right.
I'm representing myself.
Right.
So there's been a lot of trouble with Ring, right? And it has made a lot of people uncomfortable. I have security cameras. Amazon is a sponsor, and they are not Ring security cameras because of the controversial stuff they do. Now, here's my fear. I think putting America's Funniest Home Videos on top of Ring's brand is potentially a PR thing. And it's totally possible. My joke about the chive earlier and it running in bars is possible. It is possible that they want to add some comedy, add some humor, colloquialism into the Ring brand instead of just we give your footage to the cops because the problem is that the user agreement has nothing to do with handing video over to the police. It's the same as when you post stuff on Facebook that says we have the right to use any of this content for our own marketing. Because this could be seen as marketing for Ring. So I foresee a day. Now, this is why it made me feel a little better. We get permission from anyone depicted in the footage before airing it today.
Right. Versus
that would have to change if they were to just start taking and watching footage and see people fall down the stairs and go, oh, that's funny, and have Wanda Sykes narrate it and do stupid voices like Bob Saget. Not her doing Bob Saget's voice. You know what I mean? Well, I assume she's going to essentially be doing a dollar store version of Bob Saget. Right. Because even Carlton essentially does a dollar store version of anyway. My fear is that at some point they start using that part of your user agreement. They've already tapped it for law enforcement stuff. I fear that they would classify this as marketing and start using footage without talking to you. That's my fear. I don't know. I'm in a I don't know. My moods change, and lately I've been in a super dystopian kind of mindset.
That's okay.
So I see things pessimistically right now.
That's something I think for me again, I think it's where they're trying something. They're trying something different, but it's fine. But my big concern is that I think they're trying to save face. I think they're going to use this as a way to make it think that Ring is the greatest thing since sliced bread. We're not this evil company, evil product, or evil.
Essentially, you're going to see America's Funniest Home Videos, but with the Ring logo constantly.
Oh, without question.
Constantly representing the source of the comedy. It's on the show. It's going to be on all the footage because all of the footage is weirdly branded in a way that has always made me uncomfortable. It's a security camera. Why is the security footage branded? What if the thing I need to see is behind that logo? Whatever. Doesn't matter. I think that they're trying to add some pop to a brand that is on my level of trust. Roomba is still higher a little bit. Right now. Once they're fully integrated, that might change. Because I liked Ring before Amazon bought them. I don't know. I'm anti-big tech right now. I see dystopian stuff. It doesn't matter if it's Amazon or Microsoft or Apple or Google.
I agree with you. I have my doubts on what's going on recently over the past year or two, and I just think So we'll see what happens. I'll definitely keep an eye out for it, but I'm not going to watch it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is.
Oh, I'm going to watch it. At least the first episode.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to give a review of how
Okay.
not funny Wanda Sykes is.
Okay. Well, definitely. Well, okay. What we'll do is when it comes out, we'll do a review on it.
Okay.
And what we'll do is hopefully what we'll do is like because we have a segment for those who are new to the podcast, we have a segment called what's worth watching. And we take a look at what's streaming on Netflix and Paramount Plus and Amazon Prime, what have you. Hopefully we'll have a list out for September. And also too, because the Labor Day holiday will likely be off for that week or weekend. So what we'll do is, so if that list comes out, for December, we'll do a special what's worth watching, and we'll review that show.
It's going to hit at the end of September, so
yeah.
So it's the 26th, which is a Monday, so it'll have to be the end of that week, which is basically the week that we would be talking about what to watch in October.
Okay, fair enough. That's right. You're right. So I'm
looking at the calendar.
Okay, cool. Okay,
I wouldn't have put that together. Our show will literally be September 30th.
Cool.
It'll be the last day of the month.
Good. Okay. Awesome. All right. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll make sure we keep you abreast of what's going on. All right. So
unless I get a screener, Amazon, send me a screener.
There you go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through do an audible because we're running really short on time.
Airbnb also has a dystopian technology product coming.
Okay. Well,
I'm just putting that out there.
Okay. So do you want to dive into that and then go towards
And finally?
Yeah. Because all right, so basically
we'll hit Airbnb real quick. They've been having trouble with parties in their properties. People will destroy a place. It's the tragedy of the commons, right? If everybody owns it, then nobody owns it, and so nobody cares. It's the reason why we have park rangers, because people don't take care of public parks because everybody owns it, so nobody owns it, so nobody cares. And that has been happening with hotel rooms for years. We know that rockers have set fire to hotel rooms. And so just normal people have started doing it to Airbnbs. They've got a thing to prevent unauthorized parties, because I guess you can get permission from the owners if you want to, which I guess makes sense. The owner can say, yeah, you can have a party here, because some houses or some properties are more designed for that. You've got a big Hugh Hefner style pool in the back. Probably a family of 4 is not who's going to stay there. That's going to be a party house, and we all know it, right? You've got an outdoor pool table and things like that. That's going to be a party house. There's no getting around it. But for those places who don't want it, they've got anti-party technology.
And when I saw that, like, what the hell is and remind you, is air quotes. We're doing air quotes. What the hell is that? I never heard. I know you're well versed in tech, just as much. I mean, if not more so. I'm versed. I mean, there's things I do know, but I don't know. But when I saw that, I'm like, what the hell is anti-party? Where do you come up with?
Yeah, I mean, the wording is horrifying. Here's the thing.
It's not a statement.
It's a little AI, right? And it's looking at booking information. For now. And this brings us into the thing where in the future, I'm afraid of where they might go if this is okay. They're essentially looking at the information for the booking. Are you booking on a weekend or a weekday? How old is the account? Not the account holder, the account itself. If it's a real new account, there might be problems. Looking at your booking history. Have you had other short stays in the past, maybe in a similar area? Have you had negative reviews from reviewers in the past? How long are you booking the place for? Is it just for a night? Right? There's all this stuff. Where are you from and where's the place you're booking? Because people tend to have parties in a place where they know people, which tends to be where they live. So you rent out a big house, half hour from where you live. It's just far enough away that you probably don't know the owners personally, right? You rent it for a night. You have a big party. But Airbnb knows the zip code that your card is registered to because you have to put it in, right? So they're going to be looking at all kinds of stuff in that arena for now. My fear is that there's something else coming down the line, because they've been testing this for a while in other countries. Australia, for example, they've been using it for almost a year.
Right.
So they're comfortable with it, but they have not been able to knock it out entirely, even in Australia. So what will be their next step? They've got a global ban on it.
Right.
The question is, what's their next step in doing it? Will they have cameras in the houses? And now we're talking the same thing that we were just talking about with Ring, right? The invasion of privacy for the guests who may or may not know it's there. We all know there are some sleazy Airbnb hosts that'll have like USB wall warts that have cameras in them and all kinds of stuff like that. So people feel uncomfortable with it, understandably. What's the next step? I don't know. This seems like a solid starting point, like a solid, I'd be okay if this is where they stopped.
Right.
My fear is it's not where it's going to stop, because this has become like a personal thing, right? A weird goal of the company. And I understand Airbnb is getting sued. There have been porch collapses where people have gotten hurt because too many people were there during a party. There have been all kinds of things where Airbnb is getting sued by hosts that have allowed these things to happen. So it has caused a bit of a frenzy in the company that I'm afraid they're not going to be able to control.
Yeah, it should have been nipped, and I believe that should have been, when this happened happening a year ago, it was a year ago, that should have been nipped in the bud at that moment and not allow this to continue.
So they've been in their defense. And I don't generally use Airbnb because hotels.com gives you the free nights and they have private rentals now. Put it out there. But we have used Airbnb in the past, and there are some weird regulations that happened in Australia, I think, after one of those porch collapses.
Right.
Because Australia is kind of known for having emotional response legislation, right? They write legislation when they're still in an emotional state. And so the laws are oftentimes weird, like trying to charge Google for Google News search results. Weird. Anyway, they got weird laws. And so something went into place. So they had to put the beta into effect there. And they've just been testing it and trying to perfect it in a small place. Right? Australia has mostly been locked down to outsiders until, I think, fairly recently. So it was a place where they had to implement something. And it was a place where the risk was pretty low because there wasn't a whole lot of legitimate travel in Australia over the last year or so. But I feel like this is one of those monsters that they're not going to be able to control inside themselves. That they're going to want to get to 100% success. And the only way to do that is going to be to breach privacy in a way that makes me uncomfortable. If they don't, great. Yes, last week, Nostradamus right here. Let's hope that's not what it is this week.
Yeah, I hopefully it doesn't bite them in the butt. All right.
I like the company generally. I mean, they've made some pretty spectacular blunders, but I think generally they responded to the pandemic in a really great way. They started creating all those like local experience packages and stuff. Like they're a pretty quick to respond kind of a company. I feel that quickness is going to eventually lead to horrible mistakes.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So in the show notes, again, we're running a little bit not long, but we're going to do this really quick. So in the show notes, there's news about the new robo taxi in Las Vegas. There's a news about this year's iPhone event. Streaming is surpassing cable TV, which yay.
I want to respond real quick to this Vegas thing.
Yeah.
I was one of the people that was in one of these cars during CES 2018 as part of this test.
Yeah.
My mother and I got to ride in one of these autonomous Aptiv Lyft vehicles. The experience was really good.
Really? I'm like, I told Marlo Anderson when we were out there, I'm definitely afraid of going into those autonomous cars. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, me too. Ours had 2 people in it.
Oh, okay.
There was somebody in the driver's seat,
right,
hand on wheel, ready to go, and then there was somebody in the passenger seat in case we had questions, we wouldn't distract the driver.
Okay.
That made it okay. If there's nobody in it,
yeah,
we're gonna have a different conversation. I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah,
I don't think we're at level 3.
I told Marlo, I said, I can't. I mean, God bless the man. He enjoys it, and he's in 20 over the past 20 times he's been there. He's gone to each one of them. I can't do it. It freaks me out. I don't care if there's a safety driver in there or not. I don't know. I still maybe I'll. You know what? If they're gonna have, well, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if they have it there and there's not lines. And what I'll do is I'll do a video on it. And
so it runs through the Lyft app. There's a checkbox that you can choose, I think, now, where you can say, I would like emotional. Emotional, not emotional. I don't want my car to be sad.
Right.
So you can specifically request one and see what, or maybe it's in the list of types of cars. You know, like with Uber, you get Uber X and Uber Black, and there was a helicopter one time in Las Vegas that you could rent through Uber.
I saw that one.
Wild.
I saw that.
Maybe it'd be like that. Maybe it's a vehicle type that you can register now. It wasn't at the time. You had to. It came up and it said, "Would you like to try one of the autonomous ones? Don't worry, there will be people in it." And okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, you know, what is it?
I'll go with you.
All right, cool. All right,
I'll go with you.
Deal.
We can be ready to tuck and roll.
There you go. Deal. All right, YOLO. So we're on it. We're on it. All right.
We should get one of those wearable airbags.
Right.
That I think we also interviewed maybe at CES 2018. Maybe it was 17.
Yeah.
That Michelle has never figured out. She's never quite put her head around what that product is for. I think we found it.
Oh, good. Okay. So we're not like, for those who don't know, well, we'll discuss this another time because I'm going to start, Scott's going to start busting out laughing and I'm going to start cracking up too. All right. So also in the show notes, there's about the iPhone event that's going to happen in a couple of weeks. Streaming's up from surpassing cable.
For the first time ever.
For the first time ever, yep. There's something going on with Netflix iPhone app about you can't download movies or shows
on the ad-supported tier,
which
I think we all suspected was going to be the case anyway.
Right. So yeah, those will all be in the.
I also suspect it's only going to be $720.
Yeah. So that excuse me. So that'll all be in the excuse me in the
show notes.
In the show notes, right, at gncweekly.com. All right. And finally, so there's no food and tech this week. However, this is odd, and this is totally real because this is reported through several different news sites. So there's some excuse me, there is some Windows XP laptops using 5,400 RPM spinning hard drives that can allegedly be forced to crash. And I hope to God that with Abrams' computer doesn't do this. Crash when exposed to Janet Jackson's 1989 hit Rhythm Nation. Microsoft software engineer Raymond Chen stands by the story. There's a blog post that was published earlier this week, and a vulnerability has been issued an official CVE ID by the Meter Corporation, lending it more credibility. Now, according to him, CVE 2022-38392 was originally discovered by, quote, major computer manufacturer, and it can affect not just a laptop playing a song, but adjacent laptops or PC companies as well. The specific hard drive model at issue is, again, this is from an unnamed manufacturer, would crash because Rhythm Nation used some of the, quote, natural resonant frequencies that drives use interfering with operation. The issue was also apparently resolved by the PC manufacturer at the time.
I love this.
Chen says the company addressed the problem by, quote, by adding a custom filter in the audio pipeline that detected and removed the offending frequencies during audio playback. Wow.
The idea that there is a particular tone that plays in one song, to the best of our knowledge, one song has this tone. The tone happens to be the exact same as the resonance frequency of a major 5400 major hard drive,
right,
that was in basically every laptop of the era.
Yep.
So I'm guessing it's a Western Digital, just based on the timetable. I'm guessing it's a Western Digital, and so obviously hard drives spin, and that spin is how you get data.
Right.
Basic hard drive operations. Platters spin. Things are read. Things vibrate. That vibration is taken into account. It's part of the engineering of the thing. And so something else starts to make that sound. And it screws up the operation of the read head. And the read head apparently starts to jitter.
That's crazy.
And the idea, the fact that it screws up your own laptop, awesome. The idea that you could be sitting in a coffee shop and take down the computers around you, which was an actual example that was used in the original article. Of sitting in. They discovered that if you were sitting in a coffee shop, you could take down the laptops of the people around you. Come on. That's awesome.
That's nuts.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and I absolutely love it.
Same here. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, that was the most oddest story. And not only that, to like have that in like session, like I said, like in the area, that's crazy.
And then the solution,
I love it.
The solution was essentially for PC manufacturers, and I believe Microsoft themselves has a Windows update. There's an update on XP to filter out that specific tone. So all audio that is played on the computer runs through this processor looking for this one tone.
I love it. I love it. I thought you got to get kicked out of it much as I did. I love it.
I read like 4 articles on it until I found a link to the original blog post. I read every word of that blog post.
Yeah. That was great. Yeah. I loved it. Again, this was reported not only in Ars Technica, but reported everywhere. And it was, this is not now, PS, mind you guys, and everyone, this is not clickbait. By no means clickbait. This is actually true.
Yeah.
So it's not clickbait. So we don't go through clickbait. And if you're watching,
I am prepared to give this a shot.
All right.
Just to put it into perspective.
All right. So if you guys on audio,
I am certain that the laptop that I am holding in my hand, that is from the Windows XP era, is using that hard drive.
Okay. Definitely report back next week or this week.
I have to find a really old version of Windows 98 that doesn't have the filter on it.
Okay.
Or Windows XP.
So definitely report back. So if you're listening on audio, Scott's holding up an old HP laptop. So, but yeah, that was
the size of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, that's that was
my old. Okay, so it's my old development laptop. It is I think a 19-inch screen on that thing.
Wow, that's a honker of a beast.
Yeah.
So awesome. All right, so that's a crazy and finally. All right, so with that. That is the second news for this week for Sunday, August 21st, 2022. Show notes from this episode can be found at gncweekly.com. Also, be sure to sneak down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Also, be sure to check out the latest tech news and commentary from geeknewscentral.com, and be sure to tune in Mondays and Thursday evenings at geeknewscentral.com/live for the Geek News Central podcast. And then be sure to watch and tune into GNC Weekly.com/live Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, if you're new to podcasts, be sure to like and subscribe to the GNCWIR channel on YouTube. Also, please make sure to click on the bell and always select notifications so you will not miss the next episode. Also, be sure to share this episode with people that you know, check out the podcast, and pass along the word that this podcast is easy to subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And be sure to tune in to F5 Live Refresh Technology with Scott and Adam Pilch tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be at f5live.tv/join us, or be sure to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you have a comment on this week's episode, we'd love to hear them. Head on over to gnspeak.com/connect and connect via email, Twitter, or Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm at Kirk Corliss. Scott is on Twitter at TTMABO. Till the next episode of GNC Week in Review. So long.
Ciao.